Homestead's offense has been impressive this season. They've been impressive overall this season, but what's it going to take for you guys to come out with a W on Friday?
Defense is definitely going to have to step it up. We've been working a lot with our secondaries. We've been working with some different formations we got going on out there. So I'm thinking if our secondary can step it up, we can stop their option, and then we can shut down a couple of their big receivers. That's going to be the key for us to get the win.
You guys, back-to-back years now, you guys have put together very strong seasons. Let's go back a couple weeks. I know that New Haven game was tough for you guys, but you guys have rebounded nicely from that. What did it take to not let that game get you guys off track?
We just had to forget it. Coach said that night, actually, we worked hard. He said we played hard. He was proud of us and stuff, and he said that we can't let that get us down. He said, actually, every night we had to let that game go. Come Monday practice, we were ready to go again. We knew we had to prepare for East Noble, so we let that game go. It hasn't affected us since.
This game with Homestead, is this a game that's kind of been on people's mind this season? Have you guys kind of had this one circled from early in the year?
Yes, we've all been excited for this game. We knew it was going to come down to this game for the conference championship and stuff. So it's one of those marked dates on the calendar that everyone's been looking forward to. So we've been waiting for this, and we've prepared well, I think, so we're all ready.
You guys obviously know what's potentially at stake with this game, and I know everyone always says, we're just approaching it like any other game, but has that been the case? Are you guys not really thinking about the implications?
We try to keep it like it's a normal game. We try not to think about it too much, but deep down, I think everyone's got a whole sense of urgency for this game. Everyone knows that it's big, and we all definitely want to get the win. So I'm thinking, yeah, it's going to be a big game for us. We're all excited, and there's definitely a difference that we've noticed in our practices this week.
For you guys offensively, early on in games, do you kind of have a blueprint? Hey, if we're doing A, B, C early on in games, we're going to be okay, we're going to put some points up?
Normally we'll start off, first drive, he'll know what he wants to run, but coming off that first drive, he'll make adjustments for the next couple drives depending on what he sees on the defense and how we do on offense and what he thinks would work for the next drives that'll help us score.
Carroll Homestead, it's obviously a game that everyone's been kind of circling since the season got going. What's it going to take for you guys to, slow down that offense? They've been explosive this season.
I think what it's going to take is for us to, really just pursue each position. We got to do our job, to the best of our ability. We need to focus on the run game, the pass game, and we need to be careful because they have a powerful offense. They have different weapons they can use against us, and what it's going to take is for us to just stop each weapon they have.
A couple weeks back, I know that New Haven game, there was some, A, it was tough because you got chopped in half with the weather, and B, there was some controversy surrounding a couple calls on the field, but they didn't really knock you guys off course. You guys have bounced back and had 2 really good wins since then. What did it take to keep you guys on course? Why were you able to kind of right the ship so quickly?
In all honesty, after that game, it was really hard to bounce back because our coach talked about how a true team is how resilient you are and how you bounce back from defeat, and it was really hard because we really did feel defeated, and and the calls, they're debatable on how they were, but we put ourselves in that position, and we failed to reach our goals, and that caused us to have judgment with the refs, and it went against us, obviously. Yeah.
What's been the mindset and the approach in practice this week? Obviously what's at stake, but it seems like everyone's trying to keep a level head about things.
Our mindset is just to, persevere. Our coach always tells us, we have to strive for perfection, and that's where we're headed. I mean, it's unattainable, but he always says that success is, a gift from that, and that's all we have been doing. I mean, we know it's a big game, and we have to keep our heads straight and just strive.
Homestead's offense, everyone knows what they're capable of. How do you guys slow them down?
Well, they're averaging over 50 points a game, about 51 points a game. To be able to slow them down, we have to be very sound. We have to be sound up front. We have to be physical. We have to control the line of scrimmage. We've got to get pressure on the quarterback, and at the same time, we have to cover their receivers and be sound in the secondary. It's a huge task, but it's no different than the task that you undertake every week. Everybody's going to have strengths. We have to identify those strengths. We have to minimize our errors. Defensively, we need to create turnovers. You know, and at the beginning of the year, and we have done that as well. But at the beginning of the year, we were creating turnovers and turning them into points. You know, we have to do that. You know, defensively, we have to win the turnover battle. So I mean, they're very sound offensively. You know, as well as they are defensively. Their defensive front is very strong. You know, they're big. Their linebackers are good. You know, they fly to the ball well. In their secondary, they have very good athletes there. But it's the same deal. On the offensive side, we've got to take care of the football. We've got to sustain drives. We've got to be productive. We've got to end up with points. We've got to reserve the right to punt if that's a situation, you know, where we dictate what happens with the ball, not turning the ball over. So.
This is the second straight really strong season for this program, and it seems like at this point this group isn't fazed by big game atmospheres.
Well, and you're right. I mean, the kids that are playing in the program right now, they're not first-year players, and that's the positive thing. And you know, so they've been through the fire a little bit. They've been under pressure. You know, playing against Penn is about as big as you can get. You know, and they've been in that situation, and you know, so it's a relaxed atmosphere. I mean, there's a little energy in the air. You know, but, you know, it's week 7, you know, and week 7 isn't any more important than week 2, you know, and obviously isn't any more important than week 10, you know. So we have to improve every week, and we've got to be playing good football.
I know the New Haven game was unique for a couple of reasons, weather and whatnot, but that didn't bump you guys off track. What allowed you guys to respond with 2 solid wins immediately following that?
Well, you know, it was a situation where we didn't play well. You know, we controlled our own destiny. You know, we had scoring opportunities, and we didn't provide points out of those scoring opportunities. We turned it over. It was uncharacteristic of our play all year long. And those things will kill you. They will. You turn the ball over more than the other team, you're going to lose. But, you know, as a result of that, we sit back and we identify some things that we did wrong, you know, what we had to look at and what we had to improve on, and the kids responded very well. You know, the focus is, as every week, as I've said, the focus is that we are improving every week, and when we get to the playoffs, we're playing the best football, and the kids understand that.